In this presentation, we as a group will analyse both arguments for and against the Bill of Rights enactment within Australia and conclude whether it should be introduced. A Bill of Rights can be enforced in certain countries due to its belief that it protects rights from existing and future legislation. However, this part of the presentation will argue whether that statement is accurate. A Bill of Rights breaks down the current constitutional system in relation to the balance of powers. It transfers more power to the judiciary over the legislature, allowing judges to read words in, read words out, and ignore Parliament's clear intentions. Thus, it would be difficult to enforce the Bill of Rights as it is intended to protect rights. If it were to be introduced, judges can choose whether to enforce it when considering legislation. As an example, Section 39 of the ACT Human Rights Act provides that even with non-compliance with Section 37, the validity, operation, or enforcement of the law is not halted, in which Section 37 provides that a compatibility statement must be issued in order to determine whether a legislation is compatible with human rights. Overall, this means that it is up to the discretion of the judges to choose whether or not to enforce the Act within interpretation of legislation, thus demonstrating the difficulty in enforcement, as there is no requirement for judges to enforce a Bill of Rights breach. As an alternative option, to combat its lack of enforcement, the Bill of Rights could be introduced as a supreme act, in which is above the judiciary and parliamentary bodies. However, this would ultimately destroy the current constitution, in which places a focus on the balance of powers, giving no one body more power than another. Currently, there is no existence of a Bill of Rights in Australia due to its difficulty in enforcement, as well as arguments that it may take focus away from other types of cases, increase litigation, and create tension between individuals. An example of a Bill of Rights model enforceability is found in the ACT Human Rights Act 2004, which provides that right protections are not absolute. Thus, even when inconsistency arises, the government does not have to amend said legislation. A Bill of Rights should not be adopted as within the Australian Constitution it would not be. If it were to be enacted as an act or a charter, it would still lack any beneficial effect. It could have the capability to be introduced as a supreme model of a Bill of Rights, however, would ultimately destroy the current Constitution by creating power imbalances and increasing litigation.